This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Agitavach Parshas Vayakhel Perek Lamed Hey Pasuk Chaf Hey V'chol Isha Chachmas Lev V'yadeha Tavu. Every wise-hearted woman sewed with her hands. Vayaviu Matve Es Atcheles V'es Hargaman Es Telas Hashani V'es Hashesh. And they brought the thread and the various colors. But now Pasuk Chaf Vav says V'chol Hanashim Asher Nasa Liban Oisana B'chachma. And every woman whose heart carried her with wisdom, tavu es ha'izim, spun the goats. What does it mean, spun the goats? It almost sounds like she spun the wool on the goats while the wool was still on the goats. And Rashi, in fact, says, tavu es ha'izim. This was an umnis yisera. This was an extra special craft. Sheme'al gabe ha'izim ha'yutavim oisam. They would spin the wool while still on the goats. Interesting. What an amazing craft. But who were these women? Who was this woman who was able to do this incredible skill? So Rabbi Kanievski has a very interesting sefer called Lemichse Atik, which uncovers meanings of psukim where the pasuk is ambiguous and doesn't say who it's referring to. Rabbi Kanievski will quote the Medrash who uncovers who it refers to. And Reb Chaim says that this refers to Azuva, the wife of Kalev. How do I know? He says, look in Targum on Divrei Hayamim, Aleph, Parak Beis, Pasuk Yud Ches. And who's Azuva, the wife of Kalev? This refers to Miriam. Miriam. So this woman who had this skill to be able to spin the wool while upon the goats is none other than Miriam. In fact, if you look in the Targum in Divrei Hayamim, it says Kalev ben Chetzroin hoylid es Azuva. She gave birth to Azuva. Rashi explains, since Kalev had a wife named Azuva, therefore he named the name of his daughter Azuva Isha. Okay, says the Targum, Umait savchin la Azuva. Beglal dehavas akra, she was barren. Uvaza Yusuf v'gali kadav Hashem ul banei, and it was revealed to Hashem her insult. V'isra v'achas v'ishtevacharas b'chachmasa. She was proficient in the following wisdom. Havas aza b'chachmasa yasma aze al geviyas hoin de Isaiah kidila gazin matul yurias vashkana. Says the Targum, Miriam had the craft and the skill to be able to sew the wool and weave the wool of the goat while upon the goat. So this is an incredible Targum. The Targum in Divrei Hayamim is being megala that the V'chol Isha Chachma slave, that the woman Asher Nadva Asher Nasai Libana Oisana is referring to none other than Miriam herself. How do Chazal know that refers to Miriam? Where in the pasuk is there a remez that this craft was the craft and the skill which was performed by Miriam? So Reb Chaim Kanievski, in yet another sefer, in the sefer Time of the Cross, says, no, it's merumas in the words of the pasuk itself that refers to Miriam. Why? We know that Miriam was a midwife. She was a miyaledes. Like the pasuk says, that refers to Miriam. Now, a miyaledes is also called chachama, like the Mishnah says in Shabbos, Kuf Chav Chesam Beis, that you're allowed to call for a woman on Shabbos a chachama. Says Reb Chaim Kanievski, if the pasuk says V'chol hanoshim asher nasa liban oisana bechachma, women who had chachma, and we know Miriam was called a chachama because she was a miyaledes. Therefore, that's how Chazal know that this pasuk and this skill was a skill that was given to Miriam. But here's the clincher. Says Reb Chaim Kanievski, why is a miyaledes called a chachama? You know why? Because what it says in Masechta Tamid, Eizehu chacham, haroya es hanoilad. What is a wise person who could see, literally, the one who is born? That's right. The reason why a midwife is called a chachama is because she is Eizehu chacham, haroya es hanoilad. She's, of course, the first to see the noilad. She's the one who says, it's a boy, it's a girl. Therefore, Miriam was miyaledes. Therefore, she was a chachama. Therefore, if the pasuk says, that must be the Chachama who is always Royas Hanoilad, none other than Miriam Hanaviyah. That's Pshat in the Targum in Divrei Hayamim. Rabbi say, a gitavach, a gezintavach, a mazel tekavach.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.